welcome Toastmasters Linda Peters.
Today's taping topics has to do with the 3 R's. Renew, reuse, and recycle. I'm sure all of you think you're very good at that. A great American thinker, statesman, and inventor, Benjamin Franklin, who quoted, "Waste not, want not." Let's see what it means to you. You talk about renovation, you're so clever, you talk about designers, you talk about integrity. Try to tell us what you can do with this. Toastmaster Allison Richards.
I'm sorry. Good morning. Could you repeat that? He was talking.
What can you do with that, Miss Innovative Allison Richards?
Well, I have twin 15-year-olds, and I chase them around the house. Come on, vacuum, pick up your clothes, put your clothes away. But also, this was the wrapping paper roll that I used for the Christmas presents that came from Santa, right? But then I will take it, and I would probably cut it in half, because I do recycle and I like to put everything in there. So I would cut it in half, put it in there, be ready to go, and then tell my son, with the pretend one, take the recyclables out. Thank you.
My bag of tricks, Toastmaster Roxanne. Lord. Roxanne.
You're definitely next to me.
Hey, matches your outfit.
I swim somewhat. I don't know, I could wear it as a hat. You might have any ideas actually, because I have no idea what to do with this. But I will say from a recycling perspective, I'm real careful about putting plastic in the recycle bin, other than my other cup. Some of my cups, because sometimes there's a problem with it getting caught up when they, so I don't know if this is recyclable or not. But I have no idea what to say, other than I'm real conscientious about recycling to the point where I don't have a recycle bin at work, so I have a big bag at work that I bring home and put in my recycle bin.
Yes, Toastmaster, mind the boss.
Good morning, Toastmasters.
Morning.
Well, this brings me to my subject of being vexed. My husband, who never drank coffee before, decided that he wanted to join me on my avid coffee drinking and decided to use the rest of the coffee. So I'm not a recycler. Please don't judge me. So typically, the best I do is I usually have my Yeti full of coffee, ready to go. It lets me get through the day. I drink coffee all day long. But unfortunately, I had to go and get a paper cup from 7-Eleven this morning. But on a good note, I did get a free blueberry muffin. There you go. Which was a perk for him, because otherwise he's going to hear it.
There you go. Who?
Good morning, Toastmasters.
Morning.
How would I recycle this? Well, I'm Spanish, so we have a lot of different uses for these, believe it or not. Besides pills, all you would have to do is just peel this off. You can put cough medicine in here, travel cough medicine with the kids. I had that when they were little and I was on the road and they had a cough. Or you could put a little sugar in here, store it for it to go. A lot of times when I stop at the 7-Eleven, I forget the sugar, so you can add that, a little bit of sugar. Of course, it looks kind of weird when you're driving down the road. But there are many uses. Maybe a little wine to go. If you you go to a bistro that's a little too expensive.
Mark Wright.
Ooh. What do we got here? What is that?
Happy Friday. Boy, I'll say this is certainly the deadliest of all weapons. Okay, this thing is like 20 pounds. From a recycling standpoint, this seems like it has been recycled. It is probably no less than 50 years old. It has been recycled for our use here today. There you go. I'm curious what it's for. It's kind of vexing me as I try to figure it out. There you have it.
Toastmaster Morris McNick.
All right, Morris.
The chalice.
Oh.
Everybody knows the chalice. This is it. Here you go. And she just handed it to me. How ridiculous is that? Somehow I suspect that this was at one time a coconut shell. Strangely enough, it seems to have already been recycled. It's been repurposed at least. I don't know where else to go with that. But it vexes me. I find myself holding a chalice made of a coconut.
Toastmaster Amy White.
Amy.
Go in.
Hey,
All right.
fishing time. Let me lure you with this. For women, women should start wearing tops now. Just kidding. But I can't tell you what to do with this. So for all of you who like to garden, all you do is cut like maybe 1.5 inches. You lay it on a tray, you fill it with soil, you drop your seeds in, and then you can actually, as they start to grow, you can put this, because it's paper, and it'll disintegrate into the garden. So either in a pot or anywhere in your yard, never throw these out. There's plenty of uses, because we don't need to go to the store and buy food from other countries that are flown in. We need to lessen the carbon footprint, which means you go in your backyard and you pick what you're gonna eat for dinner.
All right.
Get them, get them.
All right.
Called a piece of wood. For the piece of wood, I have, remind me, I have a business right now called Appliance for Less. That's, we have a lot holiday from the customer, we have those old appliances. We put in the bag. That really vexed me because we don't know what to do about that. So finally, one day I found a guy called me, his name called Tony. He can took all those old appliances from our bag store. So that's resolved our problem. Thank you.
Okay, Toastmaster James Riggs.
James. They are. Ooh.
Thank you, Madam Table Topics Master. So the rest of you know, before the meeting, Lydia came to me and asked if I had a role. My answer was no. She said, well then, would you like to do table topics? My answer was no. Well, why not? Well, Lydia, because I'm vexed by table topics. And this is why! What do I do with this? It's maybe a sardine can, maybe you put little notes in here for your wife, tell her how much you love her, and she opens it up and she sees that.
No.
Or I haven't got a clue. But it's a metal box that things can go inside. Thank you, ma'am.
Table topic, Bridget Hopper.
Bridget. Ah, here we go.
This is so great. You got an old sock that, has got holes, this one doesn't have holes in it, but if it had holes in it, you could use it instead of going to the store, if anybody has a dog, just use it as a tug of rope.
There you go.
Look at them, they'll go crazy over this little stinky thing, My dogs, it really vexes me because they don't like chew toys. They just want to go in my room and take all my socks and clothes, and then when I try to get it from them, it's just tug of war with them. So, yeah, if you have a dog, take your dirty socks. Actually, this does have a hole in it. So, if it has a hole in it, use it for tug of war rope.
There you go.
Benjamin Urrutia.
Benjamin. Urrutia. Viva, viva.
Okay. This is one of those containers where you can store your vodka.
There you go.
And pass the test at the airlines. The thing that they store this right away you just like this. Here. And then you wash your mouth, and when they store this, good morning. How are you? But this is good, really. Sometimes when I go to parties and I run my aqua gin, which is tequila, then I put some of it in here, and of course at the so they have wine. Okay, followed by this here. So this is very useful when you don't want to buy those expensive drinks in the airlines.
There you go. Yeah.
Carlos Benitez.
Carlos.
Floor tile. I love these topics because most of the times people get stuck with table topics. But they're meant for you to be innovative, creative, be a problem solver, and a decision maker. And that's what it's all about. So every single one of these items I've used, one weight that came out was from a double cast hung window that he had, and it could be used as a weight for a fishing lure. I'm not really sure what time I have left because all three lights are on. But this one here had a purpose for me because I went, after I came back from combat, I went to a marital retreat with my wife that I've been married for 43 years. And it was perplexing and vexing because I had been away and we'd been estranged, and I was trying to reintegrate back into society to become a normal person after all that trauma that I had witnessed. And the marital retreat was a floor tile. So when you hold this floor tile, that means you have the floor. You are in command of everybody. They have your presence, just like the lectern. You come here to speak, you have the floor. People pay attention to you. And when you're done speaking, you pass the towel, and the other person will be allowed to talk.
There you
Thank
go.
you very much.
Yeah. Steve.
Yes. I was prepared for this, too. He's gonna give us something, and then we're gonna say what we're gonna use it for.
Do right.
I have 2 answers already in the back of my mind.
Good.
If it's a container, I'm going to use it for my dates. If it's something that I can lay on, I'm going to use it as a substitute prayer rug, right? So for prayer rug. For those of you who are uninitiated, the holy month of Ramadan, the month of the Islamic calendar, started Wednesday night, and the first day of fasting was Thursday. I decided, let me see what this message is about. So I partook in the fasting as well, and I thought it would be really easy, really easy. 12 hours fast, no problem. In the morning, everything was good. By midday, I had run out of things to do, and I'd also run out of naps to take, and it really annoyed me. But then I thought about how much of a privilege it is to be vexed by this issue. Like I'm choosing not to eat today, rather than not eating because I can't. Thank you.
Who? She already went.
Okay. Toastmaster Gary Adams.
Yes, sir.
Oh, you're up, brother.
Pray tell me what you could do with these items. Can you find any purpose?
Purpose for this?
Years ago, I went through a works course, and they had a thing, it was called Ties and Bond. And it was confidence challenge building, it was making people bond, connect with each other. But by the end, you realized it wasn't the ropes that we were using to hold on to make a connection, but it was the support and the way that we helped each other and encouraged each other. Right, that's all I got this morning.
All right.
Okay. Toastmaster Charles Mooney.
Charlie.
How can you repurpose this?
Let's see. I think if I were to repurpose this, I'd probably put it, probably turn them into napkins. Blow my nose, I'm having a ready nose at the moment. What else? I'll probably use this plastic, also I need to make golf pins, they can put it on a golf course. But Dad would probably appreciate that a lot when he plays golf times. Let's see. Yeah, if I already used these, I'll most likely stick them on my roommate's front door. The bracelet. And then put a sign that says, "Kick me." Just so my other roommates can come and kick on his door. I think that was an amazing gag with it. Thank you.
Tim Conyers.
Tim.
Who's doing table topics next week? I was gonna say, please don't call on me. I'm gonna repurpose this for, could be a lot of different things, I suppose. It does get cold from time to time. And sometimes you find yourself in a bind and you gotta cover something. Or you could be a bullfighter.
Yes.
Or it could be a rope with your dog, or you play that game, whatever it's called. Tug of war. What? Yeah, tug of war. Yeah. Tug of war. Or you could jump rope with it. Let's see if I can do that.
No.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Beat that.
I have to follow you, right? All right, so Viking, hey, who's been on a Viking cruise?
Oh, yeah.
Who's been on, you got advertised into it, didn't you? Those nice long boats that go down the river. I talked to Linda Miller when she got back with her husband, and she was going nuts. She said, I'm locked in a tiny room with my husband the entire trip, and there aren't that many people on this boat, and I didn't like most of them. She said it was a horrible experience. She was not pleased. You know, the other day I picked Roy up. He had a, you know, if you ever want to have a vexing day, a fun day, and have a cultural experience, spend some time with Roy. Roy needed to go to the doctor the other day, so I picked him up, and he had a little bag like this, carrying his tons of medicine medicine bottles. He recycles all his medicine bottles.
Oh, yeah.
And I went to the doctor, and we're standing there, and I guess the doctor thought I was his son or something, so the doctor walks out and says, you know, Roy, I hate to tell you this, but you got cancer and Alzheimer's.
Uh-oh.
And Roy sat there vexed for a minute, and he goes, well, at least I don't have cancer.
And you know, 2 minutes, break, so back.
Oh, yes, qualified.